Welcome to the SMX Rip Off Show. Hey everybody, Walty Wanders, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. Let's jump back on the moto merry-go-round and examine the good, the bad, and maybe a little bit of the ugly.
No, Walty, not the ugly. Only examine rainbows and sunshine and weather patterns.
No. Somebody's got to read between the lines and look between the industry ruts. We got some ruts to look through today. Deep ruts. The ruts went deep today at the opening round of the 2005 SMX round of moto. You know, this is getting a little bit disturbing. I'm a little bit concerned at this point because clearly greed has entered into the industry at never seen before levels. Clearly, you got to pay for this stuff. Now they're pushing you to go bet on this stuff. And this is the way we're trying to turn it into, you know, this whole football, ball sport type of format. Listen, I've always said this is alternative sports, extreme sports, gladiator game, modern day gladiator game, blood sport. So it's going to go sideways. It's just like U.S. Open of motocross eventually went away. The Monster Million eventually went away. There's a good chance this whole super motocross thing might go away as well. Because first of all, these riders aren't making as much money as they would lead you to believe. Personally, I think the Monster Million made more sense. This is an invitational, but I get it. More races, more, means more money for the industry. I get it. But what's happening? The lineup is starting to thin out. Riders either tapping out, they're not interested in racing more races. And you can tell by the look on the riders' faces. At first, I think they were excited about this thing, but not so much anymore. And I'll tell you, last year's track seemed a lot better. Even this year's track, even if the track had held up, I don't think the layout was quite as fun as some of the previous tracks. This was just like an outdoor track with one supercross section, and that one supercross section, which was a rhythm section, kind of sucked. It was awkward. The guys just were having a hard time putting it together. It wasn't fun. Last year's tracks were a lot more exciting to watch. Now, we've heard a lot of the guys saying they didn't like the track, which leads us into Danger Boy. Danger Boy Deegs is like, I hear guys crying about the track. He's like, listen, we're professional athletes. I'm smelling something with the Deegan camp. I think something big is about to happen. I think they're not playing by the rules anymore. I think at first they were, but now they've got the industry in a stranglehold. They are bigger than the industry. Now, Jet Lawrence, on the other hand, he's still squeaky clean, playing by the rules. It's by his nature. It's just the way he came up, and that's fine. I respect the Wonder Boy, the Chosen One, the Moto Messiah. But now that's getting ushered out. And Deegan is coming in. Deegan's clearly coming for him. And Deegan just doesn't care anymore what you think, what the industry thinks. He doesn't care. I'm smelling something. I think they're going to probably force the industry's hand at some point and force them into a riders union and better profit sharing. I think they're going to be the driving force behind this thing. And I think other riders are going to jump on board in a hot minute to support it. Just they need somebody to basically force the issue, because I'm telling you, unless somebody forces the issue, there is no way the industry is going to comply, concede, or agree to anything going on. But back to the racing. Of course, back in the day, when moto was hard hitting, we wouldn't have called a race because there was rain or even lightning. I mean, what's the odds of you getting hit by lightning? But now, because of all professional sports, they call their sporting events too if there's lightning in the area. I get it, and it's fine. If that's the way it has to be, and that is the way it's going to be, then we have to comply. It is what it is. But for me, I felt super ripped off by the racetrack. I felt super ripped off by the racing, and I felt even more ripped off when I sat around and looked forward to watching this race. I'm so glad I didn't go there. I'm so glad I didn't go to this one, man. Let us know in the comments. If you're new, get subscribed, jump on board. There's never been a more important time in moto history to get centered and surrounded with like-minded moto people. Jump into the comments and let us know if you were there, if it delivered or if it didn't. The races are fun no matter what. I mean, if you're a moto fan, you're going to enjoy being at the races. But you got a little bit ripped off for sure. Now, bad weather. I mean, here's the other thing. With this Charlotte Raceway, that they had to bid to get this event at their venue. There was other venues that I'm sure was better weather probability in the country than this one, but this track paid more money potentially than anybody else, is my guess, and that's how they got it there. And the industry went for it. They should have sacrificed now to make money later. Don't go for the money grab. The industry clearly is. We should have put this somewhere where we know the weather is going to be less likely to be an issue. You ripped off your fans. You ripped off the viewers. And more importantly, you ripped off the racers. And you piss off the wrong racer, i.e. the Deegans, they're going to make you pay. And I don't know about you guys, but what I saw out of Danger Boy, he was just annoyed. He is annoyed by the interviews. Like, I don't know, it's JT, who's I think one of our better broad analysts or reporters. He was trying to interview Deegs, and Deegs just like whatever, like, bro. He's like, I mean, the questions are scripted. They're stupid. Now, I think JT comes up with a lot of his own questions. And, say what Ricky's back in the booth, and again, Ricky delivers what we'd expect out of Ricky. I saw one thing where Ricky tries to use little buzzwords that we use maybe in ball sports, like, oh, so-and-so used an audible on that line. It was like, what, he took the inside instead of the outside? I guess it's an audible, but he basically changed up lines, bro. Keep it moto, dude. Keep it moto. Don't worry about ball sports. And then back when I raced SMX, remember, Bubba, when we raced SMX and it was like we were happy with, we wanted a 20. Who cares? Nobody cares, Ricky. Cover the racing. Talk about the things we want to hear. We don't want to hear about your past. We already know your past. We don't want to hear about audibles. Say he dove in on him. He dive bombed him and took the inside and tried to take him out. Whatever. We want to see trading paint and banging bars, not audibles. All right? Okay. Now, with that being said, other than that, this was just a really disastrous race. If it wasn't for Danger Boy Deegs, who came through the pack and dispatched of a bunch of riders, namely Hammaker, who was running away with this thing, had a big gap. I thought basically Deegs was done. And Deegs came back and won it, and then him and Jet get the overall by default. So it's just a really big ripoff. This thing just didn't deliver. Now, I know a lot of these things, like we said, an act of God out of our hands. It is what it is, right? But I think this is not the way you want to come out swinging for your first hyped up SMX format opener of the year. And final thoughts. I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a moto guy that wants to see you not only win on the track, off the track. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. They're shark infested. SMX, welcome to the swimming pool. Opening round was a little bit of a ripoff. It was a little bit of a disaster. The riders didn't like the track. The whole format got jacked up. You got rain delayed. It just felt really flat for me. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe there's others that actually love this. But I think there's a lot of stuff to really, we got to get under the microscope. AP over at KTM, I got some thoughts on that. Julian trying to ride after concussions, I got some thoughts on that. Deegan, is there something brewing over at that camp? They're clearly not on board with the industry right now. There's a disconnect. We got to jump into that. A lot to jump into. And that's why I'll be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way. Because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. Appreciate the content. I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.